The children woke up because the house sounded different. Not louder and not quieter, but wrong in a way that made sleep impossible to return to once it had been disturbed. It wasn't footsteps or voices that pulled them from their beds, but a low, unfamiliar presence, the kind you feel before you understand it, like someone standing too close in the dark. They whispered to each other from their beds, asking if the other one heard it too, though neither of them could explain what it actually was. Downstairs, the living room camera activated on its own. The footage later showed a figure dressed in a Santa suit standing beside the Christmas tree, positioned just close enough that the branches bent slightly toward him, as if responding to his weight or his attention. He did not move. Not when the heater turned on, not when the lights flickered, not when the tree needles slowly settled onto the floor. Hours passed. The figure remained. The red suit looked old, darker than it should have been, absorbing the light instead of reflecting it, while the white trim hung heavy and uneven, like it had been damp before freezing. His face was completely hidden in shadow, not because of the camera angle, but because the darkness around his head seemed thicker, refusing to let details exist. At no point did he raise his arms. At no point did he breathe. He simply stood there, as if waiting for something that had already begun. When the father woke up, it was because the house felt occupied in a way that had nothing to do with family. He checked the doors. Locked. Windows. Closed. Nothing was broken, nothing was forced. Only then did he open the camera feed. The Santa was still there, still unmoving, but now he was facing away from the camera. The father adjusted the angle, zoomed slightly, expecting to see the figure looking toward the tree, or the fireplace, or the empty couch. He was wrong. The figure was facing the hallway. Not just the hallway, the children's door. The Santa stood perfectly still, back turned to the camera, head tilted just enough to suggest focus, as if he had been watching the bedroom long before anyone noticed him. The timestamp showed he had not moved for over 3 hours, not an inch. The children said later that they felt watched the entire time, not threatened, chosen. The father deleted the footage before dawn. He told no one. The tree was gone by morning, taken outside, cut apart, thrown away. But the feeling stayed, because whatever stood in their living room that night never knocked, never moved, and never needed permission to be there. And on Christmas morning, the children opened their gifts in silence, each of them certain of the same thing. Santa had already come, and he had been waiting.